All right. Hey.
Are we good? Are we live?
Welcome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Stitch Brothers. And today there's only one brother, and that's me. Jake's working on some machine. But today we are very, very excited. As many of you know, we've been talking about this Bernette straight stitch machine. As a lot of you already have placed your orders with us, this has been a highly anticipated machine. And today we have my mom here who has been having an absolute blast with this thing. And we are going to do some hands-on, hopefully answer some questions. So those people in the chat, feel free to ask away. We'll do our best to answer. First and foremost, though, the machine hasn't been officially released yet. They haven't shipped. So we got really lucky, and that's a story we can tell too about how we actually have one here. But some of the stuff we might not know yet. So I have some literature here about accessories that we can expect with it, and we'll do our best to answer any questions.
But we all are new.
But we're all new.
We're all
Yes,
new.
yes.
Yeah.
And we're very excited. So first and foremost, it took you a little bit to warm up to the 790 Pro. And one of those reasons is because you're used to a machine that is a straight stitch machine. What were you really excited most about this machine? And explain to some people like what is like the special qualities like a straight stitch machine has.
Well, the main thing, there's really nothing wrong with the 790 Pro. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine. But what it's really meant for is not what I really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that machine is built for a different type of stitcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely a quilter. So most of the time I just do straight stitches. And what I mostly concentrate on are making blocks with tiny, tiny pieces. So the best thing that I love about this machine or my straight stitch machine that I have is that the feed dogs are so close together.
Yeah.
So when you're feeding in those little pieces, it's effortless. I don't have to worry about them sinking down a hole. I don't have to worry about the starting and the stopping of feeding them through.
There's kind of like I liken it to talking about like a Jeep Wrangler. Like if there's something that's purpose built, right, it's hard to compete with it, right, with that purpose. Right. So if you need to, rock crawl, a Jeep Wrangler is really good at that. Right. Now, when you take that thing on the highway, like on the 5 freeway in California, and you're trying to keep up with traffic, it's compromised. So the 790 Pro does everything.
It's beautiful.
It does everything. Yes. It's a quilting machine with the hoop. It's an embroidery machine with that.
Like I could see having one of those, quilting my miniature while I'm piecing this.
Somebody else thought the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barb. So I was surprised. Listen, Barb, as you all know, she loves Bernina and having all the latest and greatest stuff. But even I was a little surprised when I came in and I looked at our pre-order list and I saw Barb's name there. Because yeah. So that was kind of
and paid for.
Yeah. So I think that, especially as someone who's waiting on the 990, she must really have saw something she liked.
So Barb got to take it home over the holiday weekend.
Tell us your first, what are your first impressions?
Feed dogs.
Makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Feed dogs. Yeah. Yeah. I was working with some triangle paper and I didn't even pin it. Didn't pin.
No, I told you I don't ever pin triangle paper.
Yeah. And otherwise I would be pinning here and there and getting poked and so feed dogs. I think it has all the features you need for doing a great straight stitch.
Whether it be for quilting, bag making,
Yeah.
any of that
Bag
stuff.
making.
Straight stitch. This is the
Thick.
name on the machine. Straight stitch.
Yeah. And thick.
Yes.
Yeah. We did a little experiment yesterday.
Yeah.
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 How many layers is that?
So I actually
crap.
used the 1/4-inch foot on that.
And you can sew with a 1/4 inch on
Yes.
that?
I literally used the guide.
Yes.
And I could barely fit that under.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
and then Barb, can I throw you under the bus? So your Juki was set up in there and we broke a needle trying to do the same thing.
Oh.
So I think in the future, what we really want to do is I think it'd be
Okay,
really.
but in all honesty, did I have a 70 in my Juki?
I don't know. Listen, honestly,
And you have 100?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
that's a very fair point.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm
not gonna say,
I'm
well,
excited. I'm just saying that we're like, let's see. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do, I think in the future, it would be cool to do like a true head-to-head comparison video.
I can tell you a few things that are definitely different.
Yeah,
It's the sound, it's the hum, it's the, the smoothness of this. Not that my Juki's not smooth, but it does sound like
did you thread the
like
needle
you're
already?
drilling.
Did you thread the needle already?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
She did
Do you want
several
to?
times.
Do you want to
learned.
unthread so we can run it without the needle and show people how it sounds?
Oh, sure.
Do you want to do that like we were
Sure.
doing this
Want me to
morning?
take the needle
Yeah.
out?
So nope, just go like this, just like this,
Okay.
and go ahead and press that pedal here.
Oh, I
I
got
think
this
we have to
engaged.
put. I think we have to put the foot down.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Good call, Barb.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's with that fully open. This thing, there's just it's a really solid, it's a good noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's a metal noise. It's a solid.
Well, it's
real-
not light, so we can
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
that
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I want to say it's like 33
It's,
pounds.
Yeah, around 30 pounds. But like you said, I think the last time we talked,
I love that
if-
it looks like a modern sewing machine.
if we're
you know.
going to go to retreat, we don't really care. Put it in the bag, wheel it in, pick it up, put it on the table.
People
Right, I
want
don't
light.
care
People
how
want
heavy it
light,
is.
Yeah.
and they want metal, and those two things are
So,
not.
They don't.
No, sorry.
no.
You either want the plastic machine,
The light.
that's
plastic
11
machine.
pounds,
that
or
will bounce
But
on
if
a
you
plastic
love what
table.
You love, you don't care.
Yeah.
Bring it to retreat. Have somebody else haul it in for you. If you
yeah,
can't
if you
lift
care
it.
about quilting, you need to
Yes,
work out
no,
so you can carry your machine.
No. And don't be afraid to ask. People love helping people. So
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yep, I liked the bobbin is
Yeah.
large. Like I'm used to that Bernina big bobbin, and I did. I like the size of the bobbin. It holds a lot.
Yeah, I
so
don't
I
think
was
we have
doing
a.
a
How long
lot
did you
of
sew on it? You say about 12 hours?
about 12 hours. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, and I think I wound one bobbin.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
I know you probably can't zoom here with our current setup because we got something that we're really trying to. Okay, yeah, but maybe Kaylee, if I can get her, you can really see. If you lay it down, you can see the one's taller too. So that'll kind of show you. So on the left is the bobbin for the Juki, and that's your standard L size bobbin that you find in a lot of sewing machines. And what they're calling this other bobbin is it's a 1.4 L, meaning it's 40%, roughly 40% more capacity. More capacity than your standard sewing machine bobbin. That's really, really great.
and the cutter
Yes. Yes. And the cutter.
and the cutter. Yeah,
Yeah.
You like the cutter?
I like the cutter.
We'll
Yeah,
have
All
to-
right.
we'll
But
have
I
to-
think since we're talking about the bobbin, can we wind one?
Yeah. So there's one feature too, right? So
Yes.
yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
take
I gotta zoom.
you take
out
your
here.
bobbin, you thread in the thread you're going to use. You put it on here. You engage.
Is that the right one, or did you use the Juki bobbin?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
And then
no,
it
the
has a
Juki bobbin
button
has
here
thread on it.
Okay.
where you
Look at that.
it winds separately. So
So
it has a different motor than the motor that runs the machine.
It's
so
quiet.
independent bobbin winder.
Yeah.
Really cool feature.
Yeah.
So you don't have to unthread your front, and you can actually run the machine, right? I
Yes.
believe.
I don't know. Did
Yeah.
you try it?
Yeah, it's cool.
I ran it I didn't get to take it home. So,
No,
but
I absconded with it.
I'm tangling both my threads here for a minute.
I really like that. That's really cool.
Mhm.
Yes, this
Mhm.
is amazing that you don't have to thread and unthread your machine when
Yep.
you need it. And it feels pretty full. Like there's
Mhm.
hardly any space there.
We got
Did I take your scissors?
snippies.
Oh, here they are.
And it's nice and quiet too. That's not what mine sounds like at home. I should have cut that, right, Barb, in the beginning?
Yeah.
All right.
But that's okay.
All right. So does this go in like a normal?
Mhm.
So
It goes clockwise.
clockwise. So a Q.
So-
I say a Q or a P. You know, when the thread
Yep.
comes off, that's a
Yep.
Q.
Yep.
All right, and then it just threads just like any other one.
Yep.
Opens that up. Put it in. Oh, got to put my needle up. Clicks in. All right, and then I can put my.
She's a.
I
pro
like
at
that
this.
too. So
Yeah, I like how open
Yeah.
that is.
you should show that a little bit. So do that in reverse once. That's really nice
So
to
you
be able
open
to.
this up.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do that. You can open it up just to get your bobbin out, or you can take this plate off and you can really get in there to clean really nice. So it's super accessible in there.
Mhm.
So a lot of times you're kind of just like
Yeah.
blind
Or
threading
you're
your bobbin. Yeah,
or
well, we
you're
don't have to
trying
do
to,
that with this one. So
Or you're
that's
trying
right
to
in there.
stand on your head.
Right. And then Barb, I said to Barb, if you get to take it home, you have to figure out the needle threader.
Yeah.
And she did. And it is super easy. So she showed me already this morning on how to do it. And I want to show you just how easy that is to thread.
Yeah, I think you need
All
to
right.
put your foot up.
Put my foot up.
Yeah.
Like hit my thread cutter once and see what happens like that. And now it'll be in the right spot. Oh, meet that up. Okay. All right. So she said, put this down, bring it around there.
There's a little
Slide
hook,
it
and it's a
under
little
like that.
difficult, but
I find that needle threaders are that thing that
Yeah.
it takes a little bit to get it, and then
But-
once you get it,
it's like, yeah. The light bulb goes on, and you go, oh.
Well, what I really liked about it. Hang on a minute.
Yeah. There's
gotta make
a
sure.
learning curve, just so you know, but it does work.
Yeah, it worked smooth just
Yeah.
2 seconds ago.
I know, but now we're live and somebody's looking at you. You want me to get in there?
Let me give it one more try.
Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. I pulled it out of this guide. Was it supposed to be in this guide?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's hard to get in that one.
she can't help herself.
There I go. I
the-
got it.
The-
I
yeah,
just
the-
want to make sure that my
Yeah.
needle's in the right spot.
Yeah. And she wants to
Yeah.
stitch so badly.
All right. So I put it down like that. I put it
Yeah,
over.
she has her
I put it
design
in the
board.
groove.
Already.
I slide it. Oh, I didn't have it under that thing.
There you go.
All right. There we go.
And we will be making some more videos about some of these features and how
Wait
to
a
use
minute.
them to your advantage. And so we will show this in detail in another little video.
a
So,
lot of the people who pre-ordered this machine, they're from all over the country. So we wanted to put a little video package together
yeah.
to kind of set.
So see, that was how easy it was.
got her?
So you just kind of just move it in and pull it like that. You don't have to, on my other machine, you had to like snap it. And
Yeah.
then sometimes my needle threader would go flying across the room. So yeah, so I did get it right here.
An ejectable needle threader. No, don't want that.
So yeah,
I was not putting it under that last
Oh,
silver little thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
so we'll have like a little video series on the basics of maintenance,
Mhm. Yeah.
how to oil it, how to thread it, how to use the needle threader, all that stuff. So the people who are you don't have a local dealer, you can kind of get the basics, which
Yeah.
I think will be really great.
Yeah.
And then also, what's really nice about it is because it's a Bernina versus another brand, right?
Mhm.
Now all of those Bernina dealers should be able to service this.
Yes.
So now you can leverage that
Mhm.
So it
network.
just comes off here right to here?
Yes.
Or it doesn't go in any of these guides?
No.
These are just for the
Bobbin winder.
bobbin winder. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to
Yep.
make sure I wasn't missing a guide.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
We have a little
That's a beautiful manual
The-
too.
quick start guide, and we can just double check our little diagram here.
Do you have any scrap laying around here that I can just make sure that runs?
Yes.
That's
Yep.
a scrap. Okay.
All right, so let's just check against
Okay.
our. See, doesn't have to go in there.
No. Oh yeah. So it does come right off
Right
here,
off.
and I bet you we could do this too, right? You could do two.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though
But-
they only show one.
But yep,
Yep.
yeah, we're
It's
good.
like we're cleared
And
for takeoff.
We're clear for takeoff.
Yeah.
Let's-
And it does have a 1/4 inch foot on it right
Yes,
now.
it does.
I really.
Which is very similar to the 57 foot for those of you who have
Yeah, it's got
the regular
paddle,
Berninas.
the little guide.
Little guide. And this is equipped with the optional
Yeah, that's
cutter
beautiful stitch.
on
Can you see
the foot
that?
pedal.
Yeah, let's see if we can focus that.
Yeah.
So there, and I got it at, there's a little guide right here. So that's too big for me. I like a smidge under 2.
It seems like if you have that experience with the other straight stitch machines, this is very familiar.
Yeah.
It's very
everything-
familiar.
Yeah, so because this is the reverse.
Yep.
Right
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Thread cutter up top. Does this work? It doesn't have a special plug-in, right? It works all
No.
the time. Okay. All right. The on-off is here, there. This is the bobbin winder here. The needle up and needle down is right here, and then the fast and slow is here. So I like fast all
Yeah.
the way.
There's not a lot to it. And then the knob on the very top is your presser foot pressure.
Yeah. So that yeah.
So if you're using some thick stuff, you can adjust, or if you're going to be straight stitching silk for any reason, you can go the
I
other
don't
way.
like a lot of pressure on my foot. Yeah. All right. Does it recommend where it should be, or can you just decide where you like it?
You can decide where you like it, and I think that's nice that with a little experience, a little experimentation,
Yeah.
You can-
figure out what you like.
and then you can fine tune it to your specs versus
Uh-huh.
having a machine tell you what to do.
All right. So can I just sew a couple of these so they
Yeah.
can see that run through?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should start with the triangle paper. Yeah. I'll start with that
Okay. All right.
because I didn't get to take it home to play with it.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
was,
pay
I
for
was
that.
trying to do some vacation stuff too.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm on paper, so I'm going to put it right on one. I'm going
And
to
this-
use my knee lift.
And she's got black on the bottom. You are going to show them. They are going to be just blown away.
And the one thing I
Blown
am
away.
going to point out is because it's on this table and not in my table, it's got a different sound
Yeah.
to it.
It's got a
We'll
different
get
sound,
the
and it's a little-
insert so it sits in there.
It'll sound different when it's in your table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm hearing the plastic of this tabletop.
Yes. Yeah. You'll hear that bounce.
Well, I didn't like that. I'm going there. Okay.
Okay. So last year I visited my sister's quilt retreat, and she let me use her little Janome gem. And all it did was bounce on the table because it's so light. People love them because they're light. But if you're at a retreat, it doesn't go well.
Yeah, you can't be annoying the people next to you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sew over you, Barb, here.
And this-
It has good pickup.
Yeah.
All right.
That thread cutter is instant.
Yeah, and look at how tiny my stitches are. Can you see that?
Oh, it's amazing. They're,
The quality is beautiful.
yeah.
All right, and then I want to show you this. All right. So here, look at this large foot pedal. And what I like about it is it's kind of gradual. It's not like that. And it's metal on the bottom here. And this is your thread cutter. And this can be mounted here or turn the other way and mount it on that side, right?
Like a clutch.
So
Yes.
yeah, so depending on what kind of driver or stitcher you are, you can put that on either side if you like it on the other side. So that is really fun too, to have that as a separate from this, because on my other sewing machine, you have to press back on your foot to cut the thread, and that sometimes is not good when you're in the middle of a seam and you accidentally press your heel down
Which I've done.
and cut your
thread.
when
And
you
you
don't
got to
really
go
want
back
to.
and yeah.
All right.
Not
So
fun.
now I'm just going to try to feed some of my these are 1-inch half square triangles. So I'm ready to put these through. So I want you to see how that works. And I'm a little bit off kilter here because Barb's in my way. Oh.
We'll move.
I'll
All
move.
right, now I don't want to be on 1. I want to be a smidge under 2 when I sew them together. And it has some nice LED lighting in here as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's picking it up on the camera. You can really see that it's a really nice lighting.
I think the needle that's in here is bigger than what I would normally
It's
use.
9014.
Yeah, we threw a
I'm
90.
like, this is a huge
Yeah.
needle, so
Yeah,
I would
it's a
use
big
a
needle.
smaller one. But it still works. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we wanted the 90 because we thought maybe we would do some, you
show
know,
them how to
as-
sew too.
Extreme
well, as the
testing.
guy, you know what I want to do. I want to see what.
He wants to do the
So
extreme
one of the things
stuff.
that I really want to point out with is if you are a quilter and you've been struggling with your 1/4 inch, with feeding these little tiny pieces in your machine, it's not you, it's the machine. It's not meant to sew these little tiny pieces, because if you can see how close these feed dogs are together, they're literally a 1/2 inch between the outside edges. That's how close together they are. So do you see how nicely these things feed in? And you know, I use my knee lift, so I'm never ever doing this. Ever. I never touch that, really. And then I just feed those right in there with the guide. Everything works good. Barb was making some of her blocks this weekend. You want to show them some of your blocks, Barb? And just like that, I got all my pairs stitched.
She's got all her pairs stitched.
So look at the tiny pieces she's got here.
Yeah. And like you said, it feeds perfectly. You know, sometimes on other machines, you get that little jiggle at the start, and it's like really annoying because the feed dogs are further apart.
Yeah, so it's trying to fight for grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
Takes
is
off.
perfect for these little things.
So that's why I tell people,
Perfect.
it's not you, it's your machine. It's like a carpenter who's trying to cut the wrong material with the wrong saw. So when you're sewing pieces like this, you definitely have to have close together feed dogs. So
makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's huge. So I'll let you get back to your design.
I'm just kind of just finger pressing
Yeah.
these open.
Yeah.
So when I have to finger press them, they're going to go really easy. All right. So is there any questions going on that maybe we can talk, that we've already shown you that you can ask about?
Yeah. Ask
Do we
questions.
have anything going on in our feed here?
I saw one right off the bat there. It says price. So we are pre-ordering them right now. The introductory special on them is going to be $1,999, and that includes your choice, Barb, if you could grab that. Your choice of either your sewing or quilting presser foot kit. And maybe we'll dig in that a little bit later. You can see what's in there, but this is really, really nice. This is a free, it's a free included with the launch edition that they're shipping with. So the one set is more towards sewing and the other is going to be more towards quilting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So $2,000 is the initial. Yep. And then you can either pay in full, or $200 will secure an order. So when the orders open for us at the end of, or the beginning of August, so the end of this month, $200 deposit will place the order for you. And if you're interested in this machine, if this is something that you think you need, I would definitely, because the response has been pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-order yours if you want one, because these are going to be hard to find.
Well, they're going to be so in demand that we're going to be waiting for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Barbara downstairs. Like, tell them that operators are standing by. So if you call our number down there at the Bernina,
Barbara's down there.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You can call that number. Tell her that you want to, you either can reserve it with the deposit or just go ahead and pay in full. For people who pay in full, we're shipping them in order of that they're paid in full.
I sewed one together wrong. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I could tell right away.
You brought up shipping. What is the cost on shipping?
So right now the shipping is free with the initial orders.
Deal.
Would you take a Juki trade-in?
Yes.
You bet.
Yep. Jukis are a great machine, so they're, and the price, the Jukis are a little bit cheaper. So there's, I'm sure that there's plenty of people who'd love to buy a used Juki. So that's a great machine.
Yeah, or we'll use them for.
And that's the thing, like,
rental.
let's say that really fast. So there's nothing wrong with the Juki.
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with the Juki, but just like anything, whatever, what do you want to call it? Capitalism or whatever, companies try to outdo each other. So, this is kind of the latest and greatest.
And Bernina has always been in the quilting world and has done beautiful things in the quilting world where I can't really, Juki's in the industrial garment industry.
They do. They have long arms and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
right.
I've seen them.
Yeah, but Bernina has always been a huge part of our quilting world and making, sponsoring quilt shows, all that kind of stuff. They've always been huge. And I remember getting my first Bernina and it was game changing for me. So yeah, so now if I sew these right.
Yeah, so we'll definitely take Juki trade-ins. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know where the machine is made?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. We clarified that. We were like wrong 3 times about that.
I know.
I looked at the box. I had to do
Yeah,
some.
the box actually says.
Yep.
Yep.
So I have a bunch of questions here about the feet, and I'm not sure how well they can hear me, so you may want to.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So
Let's talk
Barb,
about feet.
why don't you pop those boxes open?
All
Are you
right.
going to ask these questions, or are you just going to?
Oh yeah, so we had a question about the feet.
Well, a few of them actually. So are the feet? We're in the feed dogs. So are the feed dogs closer together even more so than the Juki?
What would you say?
Let me look.
She's got a
Let's get the calipers.
nearby.
Let's get
Yeah.
the calipers out.
I'd say it's the exact same.
About the exact same.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Exact same.
All right.
Is the foot cutter separate or included?
That is an option. The foot cutter,
The pedal?
the pedal is an option. So
Okay. How would you say the sound of it is if at a table with other piecers?
I think it's a really
Very
sweet.
quiet,
I think
yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
I think it's a sweet machine. We did oil it because it was when we brought it up here. It was like, I'm like, it sounded. I was talking to Kaylee and made a joke because I was like, this sounds better than the Juki. But I came up here and I was running, and she's like, kind of looking at me like, are you sure? It sounds like very similar. But we had to. It was time for
After
some oil.
Barb's 12 hours of
Yeah. After
sewing.
Barb took it home,
yeah,
she was due for
Yeah,
a little bit of
yeah,
lubrication there. So
TLC. Yeah.
Will
Uh-huh.
it do well with a walking foot?
yeah, so we're kind of excited about this. I
Can
have
you
not
Can
seen.
you press this for me? I just want to
Yeah.
show them how perfect those 1/4 inches are.
I'll just put that up there. So we
where do you
want
want
to
me
talk
to go with
about.
that?
Oh,
Remember the water tank that you said that I shouldn't run and get? Is
I
that
think you
any-
could just
You
use
can
it
press
without
it.
steamer for now.
Press it. Just press.
Okay.
All right.
Did you say whether or not it would do well with a walking foot?
We
Yeah.
have a
Oh, we
walking
didn't
foot.
have it on?
Well, no, it's
Oh,
it needs the water
Okay, I'm
tank.
sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, it's
Remember
gonna be-
before we started, I'm
okay,
like, do you want me to go
sorry.
get the water? Yeah.
Yes. There is a walking foot option. So we don't have pricing on any of this yet
It's so new.
because it's so new.
There's
but
like a dozen of these in the country right now, and we have one of them. So we were at
Yeah.
sort of the cutting edge with some of this stuff.
Are the feed dogs 5mm?
less.
No, they're less.
Less.
Yep, the 5mm is 5mm to accommodate a zigzag. This doesn't have to do that.
Because it doesn't zig or zag.
Will it use my current Bernina feet?
No.
No, it's a separate machine.
Yep.
And like, so there's a couple things that I noticed. So you know how the Bernina has the lever and sort of that finger that slides under the tab? It's
Mhm.
kind of the easy on, easy off. This actually has that foot. You need a flathead screwdriver. And I think that's because it's an industrial machine and this thing goes so fast. You can't have that.
That lever.
I'm guessing
the
that's
lever
that's
would
why.
vibrate off.
Yeah.
I just have one more so far, and it is, what is the additional cost if we want both kits, quilter and sewist?
So we'll have more information on that because I think most
Yeah.
people, you're going to get the one for free. You're probably going to want the other one because there's some good
The
stuff
zipper
in both.
foots are in there.
There's some good stuff in both of them.
Mhm.
We'll have that.
Mhm.
Like I said, they didn't even I mean, the orders aren't even open yet for us. So we're taking the pre-orders. How the schedule is going to look, for those of you who don't know, is we are showcasing it and pre-ordering it. People are reserving theirs. The beginning of August, all of the dealers can place their orders for it, and then they're looking at delivery in September. Is sort of the schedule. So I'm hoping that we find more of like the particulars on the costs of all the accessories, but we did have the catalog printed out, so that's how we know.
Yes, we know that.
That they have all of the accessories, what's coming out for them. So like, for example, we gleaned from the catalog here that they will have a walking foot for it. They will have a bunch of, the other thing too is they have the kits right away, but I'm wondering that if you don't need all of the feet in all the kit, maybe you just need, like, you want the quilt maker kit for free, and then you're like, you want like 2 feet.
Yeah.
So we'll have more information.
Oh, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
As that comes up, because you're not necessarily going to have to order all of them.
And this is the one that comes with it.
I know.
I love that. I
So
mean,
Gary,
It comes with the skinny zipper foot.
What's that?
The cutter foot is an
Yeah,
additional
that was the first I heard that.
Yeah.
But
You for sure?
I'll have to look at that.
that's what Jake said. So I'm going on what Jake said.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's probably just a little pedal. So it's probably just a little package that has the pedal. So that could be the case. So we'll find out about that, because that is, I like
Sweet.
that down there.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that could
Or
be.
it's right here. You can cut here,
right?
Yeah.
or
Or
you
there.
can cut there.
Yep. The thread cutter itself is definitely included, and it's really fast.
It comes with the skinny zipper foot. So if you make a lot of pillows like I do
Yeah.
and putting in those hidden zippers, this is
Or
the
bags.
skinny one. And what that means is you don't have to move it from side to side like you do but it does come with that one too.
It does come.
It
Yeah.
comes
One
with
of
the big one,
one of
and
the
it comes with the super skinny one. So it comes with both.
The lady was telling me that they like to use that for the paper piecing.
Oh, for sure.
That's
this
what
would be great for
Yeah,
paper pieces.
that's what she had said.
Or
that
triangle
was.
paper.
Yes.
Because it's you can just run that
Kaylee,
right
see if
through
you
that.
can, so they can
So
see this
how
foot.
skinny this one is? Is the other one in there?
The other zipper foot.
Yeah, show me the other zipper foot. So see how skinny this one is? I'll show you the other one. Comes with both.
Can you see the-
And this is the one that you have to like move from side to side. Luke, your face is in the way.
Oh, sorry.
So this one is okay, but this one is amazing. And it comes with that one as well. Right?
No,
This is an additional one?
that one comes with the machine. This is part
Oh,
of the sewing.
Cool. It comes in this little box.
It comes in the little box. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So is there a stitch in the ditch foot?
Yes, there is, and that is in the quilting.
What's the stitch in the ditch foot?
Ah, okay, yeah,
Oh. Huh.
that's pretty cool.
So
Yeah,
the-
bar
I never even knew this.
Up a little bit more.
So the blade
is in the middle.
runs in the middle. So you run that in the ditch.
Bernina people know that as a number 10.
Yeah. I know not this.
Yeah. Yep.
I never had this one before.
I feel like one of the really cool advantages of this machine is they really are going to have a lot of accessories for it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is really nice.
Yeah.
Which is
I
really,
just
really.
love how it looks too. It looks
Mhm.
really cool.
Yes.
So you have a couple more.
Okay, what do we got? I'm like blind. That's why.
Yeah, no, it's like.
What is the throat space? So I believe it's 8.9. I know it's 0.3 inches bigger than the Juki. Hold on, I got it here.
Yes.
Here we
throat
go. Hold on,
spaces.
specs.
I think we got
Is it
that.
8.8? Yes, 8.8. So it's slightly bigger than what's on a 2010.
Yeah. It's almost 9 to the hole.
Yep.
You got one above it, that one.
Let's see here.
I'm not even trying.
I'm trying to read. I can't like.
It says I have Virtuosa. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Virtuosa.
55. What change would it make?
So I believe a Virtuoso is going to be, that's going to be a machine that does a zigzag.
Yes.
That's like so
Yeah.
that's more of a general purpose sewing machine. This is going to, and I imagine you probably have a 5.5 millimeter feed dog.
Mhm.
So what's going to happen is this is going to be a better piecing machine, but it's not going to be able to do what that Virtuoso. This is not like this is a specialty piece of equipment. This is not going to replace your 7 series or your 5 series. If you're someone who does zigzag, it can't.
Blanket stitch.
Yeah.
If you want to do a blanket stitch, I'm sorry.
No special stitches.
Yeah.
No.
All it does
No.
is sew straight.
So
Yep.
if you are using your
And it does
Virtuoso
it well.
only for straight stitching, if you're like, I don't use any of that stuff, then this is going to be a great upgrade
Oh,
for you.
yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
be fat. It's going to be nice. It'll piece nicer. But if you want to do all that stuff, you need that.
And we didn't even talk about how fast this machine is.
It's fast. Yeah.
It's fast.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
All right, I like this question right here. The stitch in the ditch foot is good for sewing down binding. So I imagine that means by machine.
Yes.
So what she's talking about is when she sews this binding on from the front, it's catching the back on this side, but that's running right down that seam there.
Mhm. I'm
Thanks for
hoping
that
that
tip.
one of the things Bernina will bring to this machine is, they love feet, right? So they love feet,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
Sounds weird.
It does sound weird,
Well,
but
look
what I
at
mean,
what we have here. I mean,
what I
that's a
mean
lot
is
of
they're
feet,
really there's gonna be a lot of accessories,
a lot of.
and I
ways to
think
use
this
it.
is gonna be one thing that I can tell already is that this is not gonna be a model that's gonna die.
No,
You know what I
I'll
mean?
Make
Like
sure it
yeah,
doesn't die.
this is like the
I've
demand
waited
and the
so
excitement.
long for this machine.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so that's good because
I
when
was
something
whispering in Mr. Olsey's ear when
Yeah.
he was here. I'm so mad he didn't tell me it was coming though.
Yeah,
He was
really.
holding out on
He
me.
was holding out.
Yeah.
What?
I'm like, straight stitch machine, please, please, please.
How heavy is the machine taking the class? It is not going to be a lightweight machine. It is, I think it's 33 pounds.
It's a semi-industrial machine.
It's not light. The thing that it's got going for it, and you can't really tell from the angle in the video here, but it's actually not like a big machine like a 7 series. So it's heavy,
It's
but
normal.
it's like a normal
It's like
size.
a
so
normal size.
this is a really big extension
Yeah,
table.
this
Really
table
nice
is
table.
huge.
Really
They
nice
didn't.
table.
They didn't skimp on
Yes.
that at all.
So even though we all love our inserts and our sewing cabinets, we prefer that. If you are going to take this to class, this is really nice. It's very large.
Mhm.
So that is nice that they've
And
included
stable.
yes, a generous extension table.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Someone's asking about a thread cutter. They're late. They didn't-
Oh yes, go
Oh,
ahead.
two.
Yeah, there's
So there's one right here on the machine itself. You can just press with your hand, or there is one on the foot pedal off to the side, so that you can cut. You have to actually move your foot over to cut, then just rocking your heel back.
and
or
it's a
some of those other-
super satisfying thread cutter. I mean, when you
Yeah.
hit that button, it's like whack.
It doesn't have
Yep.
to sing you a song
Yeah.
before it cuts.
No, it just because this, that's the other thing that you couldn't get used
I
to
could not.
is like because everything is so automatic with the 790. If you're used to that, like you're just humming along and you hit that thread cutter and it's just instant. I mean, there's more ceremony involved with raising the presser foot and all that type of stuff. So
Getting everything in the right
yes,
place
it's definitely
before it
going to be a
cuts.
faster free motion foot. Yes, so it's got a ton.
A ton of
Yeah,
quilting
let me sure
feet.
I can answer this one. So in the quilt maker, and let's pull some of these out. So in the quilt maker, and let's
Give 'em to
see.
your mother
Yeah, here you can
because
hold. So you
she's-
can see
she's focused
all
in.
of the different free motion quilting attachments. You got like an open toe. You
Yeah.
have a ruler one that's going to come with that. That'll be the thicker one, I believe.
What is this one?
That's another open toe one. There's
Okay.
got to be some difference.
That one.
So this one is.
Yeah, that's the ruler.
Yeah, to use it with your rulers.
Yep.
And then this one for free motion. It's got lots of
A
springs
little
in
hopping.
it. Little hopping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Pretty cool.
You gotta have like a PhD to put them back in there. though.
Yeah, and in the there's a lot of the
Cute little
literature
manuals.
in
yeah.
the kit. So this will
Mhm.
give you you know, what every single one is. And
What it
then, so like,
does.
for example, that was called the adjustable free motion quilting foot set. There's a closed sole foot for easier gliding over the project surface. There's an open toe foot, provides a better view for the needle area for precise free motion work. And then there's actually a darning plate in there, which bypasses the feed dog. So this is interesting too.
Yeah, I
So-
thought that was weird that the feed
So
dogs do not
yeah,
drop.
so it's kind of nice because
Right,
in a
'cause it's
way,
one more thing that can't go wrong.
can't go wrong. The feed
Right.
dogs don't drop. But in order to overcome the fact that you want to do some free motion stuff, that's like a thick stitch plate that you change. And that will basically raise that surface up a bit and cover the feed dogs so you can have that free motion quilting capability.
Because one of my machines, the feed dogs don't move anymore. They're just stuck in one spot. stuck down. I can't lift them up. So
Yeah, so
not
there is
that
a
I
ton
need-
of
or
stuff.
I can't let them go down. Not that I.
The little manual is really, really nice.
Yeah.
With the kind of diagrams and explanations for everything that's in the
What if
packages.
no local dealer and purchase made from primitive gatherings? What if one would need help?
So if you are in the boonies, we are going to provide sort of that, you know, do it yourself sort of basic service. But the fact is that if something catastrophic does happen, you're going to need to find some place to take it. The same as if you have a machine now. Now, the thing that's really nice that Bernina is doing this is that there is a pretty large Bernina network out there. So even if you have to load her up and take her for a little bit of a road trip, it's really nice to have that be, you know, so all of our techs will be trained across the country. So, I mean, listen, if you're in the middle of nowhere, you know what it's like. It's hard. Sometimes it's really nice to not have neighbors,
Yeah.
you know, but sometimes you have to drive a little bit to get things that you need. And
But I do want to point something out that this is more of like a semi-industrial machine. So as far as having to bring it in to get it serviced all the time, like what you really, I don't want to say you don't have to. Okay. I don't want to say that, but there's not a lot of things to go wrong.
Yep.
On a
Yeah.
machine
If you
like
keep it
this.
clean and oiled,
There's
it's going to
no
run.
computer
As
screen.
Jake would
There's no-
say, clean and oil.
That's
Yeah.
all you're probably gonna have to do.
Don't
right?
run over a ruler, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if something that would happen, you know,
Yeah.
you'd have to take her for a little bit of a
Right.
drive.
Road trip.
Besides
Yeah.
just, you know, sucking out the dust bunnies in my machine all these years, I've never had, you know, at first I was having it cleaned every year, but
Yeah.
I
You know,
pretty much can do that myself.
Worst
now.
case scenario too is I'm sure we could work out a plan for
To
you
ship
guys
it
to
here?
ship it back
Yeah.
because we'd love to take
Just
care
save
of
the
it.
box and
Yeah,
just,
definitely save the box. But we could probably do a program for the customers because we appreciate your business if you are, because this is a model we can ship, which is really, really great.
Nice. Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Pop
so-
up Sharon's comment there about how I like the compared. I can tell you what I like and I think it's supposed to be 2010 Q.
Yep.
All right. So they're very similar. All right. There's just a few, I believe that, you know, Bernina needed to upgrade it so it wasn't the exact same. So, you know, you've got better feet options. You have like the same sewings, like they gave you more room on the bobbin. I love that the bobbin can run independently. You don't have to unthread your cone there to do that. You can run two threads at the same time. That's huge. But really, the sound of it is so much more like
Solid.
Yeah, it's so much more calming, like more of a
Smooth.
harmony, a better, you know,
Smooth.
when
Yeah.
I'm on my,
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm stitching on my Juki, like I'm running a marathon. I'm just like pounding, getting stuff done. Where this has just a little bit better, more feel to it, like more of a Zen feel to it than my Juki does. But I really like the aesthetics of it. I think it's a beautiful looking machine. The only thing I don't really care for is that it doesn't say Bernina, but hey, it says Bernette, and we can ship them all over. So
Yeah.
that's
an
a big
advantage.
thing.
So that's
you
the
know?
positive
Right.
about the Bernette is the
Yeah.
rules,
Right.
you know,
Are different.
change.
Because
Yeah.
we
a
can
little
get
bit.
them to you now, and
Yep.
before we Bernina is protected for for
Yeah,
obvious reasons,
yeah.
right? And we love that about it.
Well, they
too.
want, so what that does is it supports local dealers. So that way there is a store, hopefully within, you know, an hour at least. Maybe if you really live in the middle of nowhere, it's a few hours. But They want to support that, and they don't want to turn this all into, the internet is nice. It's nice to be able to order things, and we appreciate people who support us. Obviously we do a lot of internet business, but we don't want the brick and mortars to die.
No.
So with the Berninas, they want to protect that by making sure that everything just doesn't turn into a .com call center warehouse where everyone's just shipping things and there's no place to actually bring your machine. They wanted to protect dealerships, which is a good thing for everybody. We don't want the quilt shops to go away.
Right. No. And then we have another question from Cindy. Does it have a computer or is it all mechanical? Well, I'm sure there's an electrical board in here, but it's exactly like my mechanical machine that's sitting right over there, except for, like I said, I believe it's mechanical. I don't think there's.
So there's no screen. There's no screen.
Yeah, there's no screen.
It's weird when people say that because it's not like powered by a treadle. So it's not truly
Mechanical.
it's not a windmill. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to, right, right. But that being said, it's as bare bones as far as frills, manual presser
that's
foot.
why nothing much is going to go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right. So
Does it come with a carrying bag?
it does not.
It does not. No. So I'm curious to see what luggage, because I would
I'm
think.
sure they're going to come up with something.
Well, I think the Bernina large rolling luggage. So those of you who have like a 475, the bag that fits that would probably fit this just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got?
Will the foot pedal and thread cutter connection work with the Juki 102 or 1020 cube? Sorry.
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean? Why would? I don't understand the question.
They're wondering if the foot pedal and the thread cutter are compatible with the Juki
No,
1020 cube.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like they could switch them in between. Like you could.
So I think that's what they're asking.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't want to do that. I want to wreck my machine and put a different foot in it.
Yeah.
You can try it.
Then you will ruin the one circuit board.
Yeah.
You can try it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
480 luggage work. Yeah. Right. 480.
Yeah, I bet that would be a perfect size.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted you to try out, because what I think this is going to also be really great for, right
Well,
here.
and it's so popular, right?
Check this out. So I had one of our ladies, Denise, yesterday give me a scrap of the bag she was making. So you can see the foam. What would you call that?
It's
a
soft
stabilizer.
and stable.
Yeah.
It's Annie's soft and
So
stable.
she was saying that what we should do is fold that up so to kind of simulate how that's going to sew
So
over.
if you're sewing both of these together,
Yep.
you want me
Yeah.
to sew that?
Yeah.
My 1/4 inch foot too?
Yeah.
Sure. And then you can fold it a few times to kind of see that this is going to be really great for making bags and things where you get
All right,
those heavy seams.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do my stitch length a little bit.
Yep.
Wow.
So go ahead, fold that again.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There's my 1/4 inch seam.
Very nice.
Oh, here we go.
Go
I
ahead.
went through all
Go ahead, fold her again.
Does it have a larger bobbin?
Yes. Yep.
40% more.
40% more than the standard, like
All right, I'll
L
fold
size
this. I'll
bobbin.
fold this again.
that you'd find in like a Juki or a regular sewing machine.
In
I
case
don't-
you're making a
I
strap
don't
for
want
your
to do that
bag.
with my guide. I
So
don't
you
wanna
can.
stretch my guide out. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
she's
put
just
on the other
protecting
foot.
it.
Which foot do you want, my dear?
Just like the regular one, that like the open-toed foot.
Like that one. That one.
Sure, that'll work.
And if you need to create more room, what's really cool about this presser foot is if you pull up on that lever, it will give you an
Another,
extra,
like, quarter of
which
an
is
inch.
really nice because we've jammed, we've really
Yeah,
tested it to the limit.
we've, I don't know. There must be. Okay.
So you can see
one,
how you can pull up
Yeah.
a little bit more on it.
Yeah,
It's all
so
the
you-
way up right now, but
There's-
if you do this,
Yep, it gives you.
another probably quarter.
I
of
mean,
an
you
inch.
can jam like three
This is-
quarters of an inch worth of
this is
stuff
probably
under that.
16 layers.
16 layers.
Probably 16
All right,
layers.
I'm gonna do this.
It always
This makes
like
me nervous.
It always
I don't
makes
wanna
me
wreck
nervous
my
too.
machine.
So there, I've just made my handle for my
What do you got
bag.
here? Yeah.
No sweat.
Yeah.
No sweat. It's great. I am gonna love this machine for my bag making.
I can't believe you got this and the $9.90.
It's an addiction.
You deserve it.
Yes, I do.
It's an addiction.
Awesome. So, any other things that you would like us to talk about the machine?
How does somebody test drive one of these?
Well, you got to come here.
It's here.
Yeah, it's
we have
here.
it.
It's going to be hard to test drive it right now because I don't know if, I mean, the story behind how it's here is quite the story. It was a team effort. Let's just say
I
everything.
think it had a lot to do with late night schmoozing
Yeah. Yes.
and drink buying.
Yes. We
Could be.
we talked to all the right people at BU, and then Jake, if I wish there was a video of this, and I'm sure there is because I'm sure there's security footage in the Detroit airport. But for those of you who are like, I like flying to Detroit, it's not a bad place to make a connection.
Right.
That's cool until you get dropped off at the front door. That's a different thing. Making the connection versus getting dropped at the front door with a sewing machine box. He was literally stiff-arming TSA agents as he made they're telling him they couldn't do it. And he's pointing at a lady's luggage going, it's smaller, it's lighter. Like it was hilarious. It was hilarious. So we did a lot of things to get this thing here.
Yeah.
So anybody who's local, you got to come by and try it. We've already had a lot of people stop in and try it. And everyone who tried it bought it.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Yep.
Almost exactly. Yeah.
So
I had one person yesterday. Her name is Donna, and she's a good customer, and she comes to a lot of our Bernina events. And I think she just got $475, didn't she?
she's had that.
She's
for a
had
while.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, she's saying, I got the $475. I wouldn't need that. And then she came over and looked at it. And I was running it, and she went back over and did some sewing. And then she came back over and looked at it again. And
did you make the mistake of getting up so she sat down in front of it then?
well, I didn't even have to do that. It was like, I thought about it, and I think, I would like this.
It is, listen, it is just like
it's so fun.
Any other hobby. Do you need anything? I mean, it's a great machine to have if you're just going to do a straight stitch. But the fact is if this is your hobby and you want the best tools for the job in a straight stitch, this is a great option. Just like fishing poles. Okay. We have fishing poles that are different weights for throwing different lures. If you're a woodworker, you have different saws and different tools. It's the same thing. Do you need it? I mean, it depends, I guess, on what you're trying to do. If you have no machine and all you're doing is straight stitching, it's a great buy. Now, if you have a 475 or you have some of these other machines or a 990, do you need to buy it? I mean, no, you don't need to. These other machines will do a straight stitch. But if you find yourself doing these half square triangles and you find yourself doing that a lot, and you find yourself being frustrated when that fabric turns, because that's what happens with those. That's how you would describe that, right? Like it's hard and it kind of starts moving.
In there. Yeah.
It doesn't flow through nicely. It's kind of smooshes in there.
And you can do things like with our 770s and 790s.
Oh, yeah.
You can get the single hole stitch plate. You can mess with the pressure foot pressure so it doesn't twist the fabric as much. You can use the right foot. All those things will help you, but it's not going to be as nice as a machine that does
That's
one thing.
built specifically for that.
One thing.
Yeah.
One thing.
It doesn't do two things.
No.
It does one thing.
One.
One thing.
Does it very well.
And it does it well.
Yes.
And that's
And
basically.
some of us only do one thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still got your 790, so I mean, you still, for our Valdani decorative
as I get a little
stitches.
bit more comfortable with it, like I said, I would love for it to be quilting a little orange peel on my little miniature while I'm stitching on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's,
There are definite
Mhm.
uses for
For
those
both.
beautiful, elaborate machines,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if you're simple like me, this is my baby right here.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it was.
And I'm sorry that I'm not going to make you hundred thousands of dollars on every machine that we sell. I don't care. finally I have a machine that I am going to use on my videos, and I'm going to show on my videos, and this is my machine, and I don't care that.
It's been my life's mission to get her to be excited about certain things, but I think there's just different sewers.
Yes.
You know, there's different people and their passions are different things.
Right, and this isn't for everybody. No.
It was super easy. Let's just say that to get her excited. She opened it. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's like move over.
Yeah. And that's,
Out of the way.
know,
Get out of the way.
Yeah. So do we have any other questions? We're almost at an hour here.
All right.
All right.
If they pre-order, when will they actually get it?
So they're supposed to be shipping in mid-September.
Yeah.
And I would highly advise not to dilly-dally too long
Not
and
to wait.
get on a list because the demand is going to be high. And if you have trade-ins or any of those questions, call like right now. Like I said, Barbara's standing by downstairs. She'll get the information and I'll give you a call and we'll work out a trade-in deal for your 2010 or whatever you got. We can figure out a deal to do that. But yeah.
Right, and we'll take those, Juki's not a problem, but think about maybe a better use for that Juki. Maybe you can donate it to a school.
Or like having a second machine,
yeah,
like for
or maybe somebody in the neighborhood, it's like a little girl in the neighborhood.
Church groups.
Yeah, church groups, that you can get a write-off for that might be more than you can get on a trade-in. Because there's not a lot of profit margin on the Juki.
The new ones, we sell them on sale, right around $1,000 for the holiday thing. What are the regular price on them?
They're like $15.99 now.
15. Oh, really?
Yeah, $12.99 or $15.99. That's what the lowest prices.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
When we do the
well, then that's like kind of a no-brainer in my mind.
Well, yeah,
between this
it's
and that.
a Bernina. That's yeah.
Well, I mean, just the features of it, even if
exactly.
there was no branding on
Well,
it.
and Jukis aren't $9.99 anymore.
Yeah.
And everybody has when we bought them back in the day for $8.99
nothing
or
is
$9.99.
nothing is as cheap as they used to be. Yeah, that's the shit. Why wouldn't everything be the same?
No,
Right?
Everything has gone up. Everything has gone up 30%.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not
we got some winners.
not prizes. Prizes are always free.
Free.
It's a prize. Woo! All right. I have 3 names. Carrie Niels.
I know who she is.
N-E-H-L-S.
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie in Iron Ridge, Wisconsin. Kathy Darla and Nancy Benolkin from DeLand, Florida.
I know her. Hi, Nancy.
All right.
I want to see how this fits with my.
Heidi will provide you with a prize if you contact her at her email address.
I have to order. There's a few customers that ordered the So Steady inserts for the Tracy's tables.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually we'll have to call them because we want some for ourselves.
We need to get one too. Yeah, I want to see the depth.
Oh. So we were talking. So the class that we're gonna have for this is we're gonna do a 9-patch class.
Oh yeah.
So all the people who are local or who do want to do like what Jake did and go ahead and check that thing in and fly in for it, if you're coming to the retreat, we're gonna have a really cool class here in person where we're gonna make 9 patches, and it'll be a really great way to test that machine out
and to get to know it.
Yeah.
Something simple, but then you can see the speed and the accuracy.
So you see how it's just a little taller.
Just a smidge. Where's my insert? Right there.
I did this already.
I want to do it.
Okay. What else? Do we have any more questions while she's doing this?
Wrong one.
Oh, the other thing too is if you want to order, you can order online too. It's on the homepage, I believe, still. And in the order comments, write down if you want the sewing or the quilting kit, if you know. Otherwise, you can call and I can hopefully answer any specific questions on that. But that's the other thing that you're going to get when you do the pre-order, because if it's not, I don't know that they're going to ship with the free feet. And one thing we do know about Bernina is they're proud of their feet. So if you have to order these things separately, they're probably not going to be
They're not going to be cheap.
No.
None of these are this ones. Oh, it's over there.
All right.
What do we
Are
got?
we ready? Are we ready to say goodbye for the day?
All right.
All right. Give us a call. Go to the website if you're interested. Otherwise, anything else?
As Jake would say,
Don't forget to clean and oil your machine.
clean and oil your machine.
Thank you.